Hey guys, today I'm gonna do a video on my new air rig for my Tanaka KJW G&G M40A1. Alright, now this is my current setup. I just updated it recently, and right there you can see all these packages from things such as fittings and other things that I got from eBay. And yeah, I'll show you the things that I implemented in my air rig right now. I'm going to focus on the back end of my gun since I have the air rig coming out of a tube on the stock, as you can see right there. We're going to come over here and I will show you this. Okay, so right now, obviously I already said that, I have my air rig in my stock. Now this butt pad is removable. You have to break some glue with like a flathead screwdriver, but it's doable. I have some duct tape on it to friction fit it into the stock. And over here is the front end. I have the Tanaka mag, and I have the QD nozzle on it right now. It's kind of hard to take off. Whoop. So I'm running macro line through two macro line fittings and QD. I'm going to be getting a 90-degree elbow for this so that I can run a straight line like this instead of curved down like that. So now I'll get my rig out of the stock. It's kind of a hard thing to do, you know. Urgh. Alright, now that it's out of the stock, I'll go over each of the components right now. So I got rid of the gauge because it's too big and doesn't fit in my stock, and also adds too much length. So if I want to ever check the PSI, I'll have to make like a makeshift gauge just for checking PSI. So for now, my PSI set around 80 or 90. I'll probably tune her up a little bit with my gauge. I'll check it. So right here, I have a 90-degree swivel elbow that has 1/8 MPT male and 1/8 MPT female right here. This fitting right here, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay, this fitting right here is a 1/8 MPT straight macro line fitting with a male 1/8 MPT going to this female 1/8 MPT. Now 1/8 MPT is 1/8 inch NPT, which is like the standard thread fineness. So usually in paintball and these air rig things, 1/8 MPT is a favorable size to use because it usually involves smaller parts. Now this is for airsoft, so you know. Okay, so right here, it's basically just a plug thing, because this is where air would come out the regulator. So this is just plugged with a couple of couplers here. If you can do it in one piece, it'd be even better, because it'd be more airtight, but I don't have one piece coupler, so it's two pieces. And it adds kind of a lot of length, which I don't really like. It would be better if I could have it down to here, but for now, you know, it's fine. Right here, this is just a no-name CO2 12-gram quick change adapter. I know Rat4 makes some of these and some other paintball companies, but this is just a no-name from eBay. Got it for around 10 bucks, 10 to 15. This is the on-off thing. I took off the on-off screw because you don't use it when you're using a CO2 quick change because there's no valve to press. So there's always air going through your regulator as soon as you puncture the CO2. Right here I have another 1/8 MPT 90-degree elbow going from here to here. So as you can see, this rig is pretty compact. Here's my hand and here's the rig. I got this whole idea from the Nod Narb. He's another guy on YouTube with his KJW M700 air rig setup thing going. So I pretty much got this whole idea from him, and you know, I can't really take full credit from it. But yeah, So from here, it's going from 1/8 MBT male double-sided threaded pipe into the regulator. Make sure you Teflon tape every single one of these threads because there will be leaking if you don't. It's going to this regulator. This side of the regulator is plugged with a 1/8 MBT bolt, and this side comes out the air into the macro line, into the stock through a hole, and then I have macro line fitting backwards, and then QD female attached to the macro line fitting. So overall, it keeps this whole rig pretty compact. I'm also going to show you the things that I eliminated from my original rig. This is the coiled hose that I had, and it's kind of long, so I wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, because I'm running this in my stock now, so no more coiled hose. These things are pretty cheap, so I know one of you guys asked me to sell you one, but I really don't want to go through the hassle, and you can get a lot more for your money just getting something else. Like getting this on eBay, it's a lot cheaper, so go for that. I also eliminated this gauge, of course, right here. Focus on that. Got rid of that 0 to 160 psi. I might opt for a micro gauge sometime later in the future, but you know, this gauge is kind of really big, so no need for that. Here's another part that I got, but it's faulty. I contacted the eBay seller and he said he'd send me new O-rings. This is a QD with a slide check. Now what the slide check does is it lets you turn on the air and turn off the air via this thing, so you don't have to lose all your air pressure when you change mags. So basically you would pull this back and the air would come out of your magazine through a small hole right there. I think you can see that. And then you can remove this and there would still be air in your line and everything, and you wouldn't lose that. And when you want to put in a new magazine, you put this back in, push this up, and then air will go in. This has bad O-rings. It leaks out the bottom right here on the bottom of the black slide check area. It leaks out, so this part was kind of a waste until I can get it repaired. So I'm not using that for now. Here is my short magazine, which I'm also not using for now, as of recently, because I have the long magazine now, of course. What else did I get rid of my air rig? I'm also not using the huge air tank, because it's kind of big, you know. So, basically, yeah, that's it. My air rig fits nicely into the stock, and the stock pad closes, and everything functions pretty well. Erg. So yeah, pretty much that's my updated air rig for now. If you guys ever want to copy it or something, just ask me any questions you need to. Subscribe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 12-gram CO2s. Let me show you one right here. Here's a 12-gram CO2. It's much smaller than the large 48 CI high pressure air tank. Much more compact, much more skirmish friendly. So I would suggest you use these over the large tank, unless you like to carry around a heavy steel high pressure air tank on your back all day. You know, just a suggestion. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's my update. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, comment, like.